Count on LEX 18 News.
From a Johnson & Johnson vaccination clinic to the governor touring eastern Kentucky after asking for more flooding help, we have you covered with today's big stories from across the bluegrass. Plus, a major move from the FDA concerning cigarettes, what the agency says it plans to ban and why.
And it may still be raining right now, but the rain is coming to an end just in time for Derby weekend. We'll let you know exactly what the Derby forecast is coming up.
And something that may make you go, aw, it's a romantic gesture that came from the President of the United States for his wife on the way out of the White House. This is LEX 18 News at 4. And good afternoon, I'm Angie Bevan.
And I'm Dia Davidson.
Well, many of us saw rain yesterday, and more of us are seeing it today, perhaps right now.
Yeah, that's right. As we edge closer to Derby weekend, how much will we get today, and will we see any on Derby Day? Let's get your complete forecast with meteorologist Emily Goodman.
Yeah, that's right. We do have plenty of showers still left to kind of move through right now. We've seen this kind of slow moving cold front, and it's doing its job. It's going to push these showers out soon enough. But as for this afternoon and this evening, if you do have plans, you may just want to keep the umbrella around for a good chunk of the time, because we're already dealing with kind of that last round of showers that are pushing right now from northeastern Kentucky, stretching down through the Lexington area, closer toward E-Town as well. Most of eastern Kentucky is on the drier side that stretches down across Rockcastle, Pulaski County as well. So if we kind of zoom in, we're seeing Cynthiana getting ready to see some heavy rain right now. That band of rain is kind of moving through Scott County, heading toward Georgetown right now. The northern part of Fayette County picking up some showers, and then kind of head over toward Woodford County, and then further west, Mercer County also picking up some of those showers. Over between Springfield and Bardstown, some heavy rain. So we may still see hear a couple of rumbles of thunder, but most of this is just going to be some rain as it moves through the bluegrass and then eventually tries to wind down as we push into this evening and coming up tonight. So here's the culprit. This is the cold front, the large low pressure system, which has been moving pretty slow and almost kind of stalling out, which is why we've been so wet for the past couple of days and why it's been so humid and so muggy. So we still have a lot of those clouds sitting over us right now. Eventually, the clouds will begin to clear once we see the cold front clearing us a little bit later on this evening. And we've picked up our fair share of rain as well. Southeastern Kentucky has been on the drier side, still picking up some showers. Most of that rain came yesterday. Cincinnati picking up a good chunk of the rain. We have almost 3 inches just above the state line there in southern Indiana. Around 2 inches. Actually, I believe it was closer to maybe 3 inches over the past 24 to 36 hours around the Litchfield area, and then Paducah, 2.2 inches. So again, most of that rain has held a little bit further west and northwest of our area. Today, we were under a marginal risk for severe weather that did cover our entire viewing area, and that's still the possibility. But again, as the day wears on and as this line moves through, our chances for severe weather are weakening, but they're still there. So just keep your guard up. And of course, that stretches across many states here, especially in the Ohio Valley. So as we look ahead toward future track, that cold front dipping through, kind of sending the rain showers our direction for the next 2 or 3 hours. So again, we'll see past about maybe 6:30 or 7 o'clock. We'll begin to dry out here in Lexington. Most of the showers pushing over into southeastern Kentucky as late as about 11 p.m. And then we start to see the shift in wind. Northwest winds move in. That means cooler, drier air heading our direction, because we know it has been a little bit on the humid side. Clouds clearing out by tomorrow morning, so we are going to see lots of sunshine, and then heading into the second half of the day, boy, it is absolutely beautiful just in time for Oaks. Heading into Saturday, we're talking high pressure system again. So that means beautiful sunshine and a gorgeous Derby Day for us. That's good news. I believe we've even gone with 0% chance of rain on Saturday, which is kind of rare this time for May, which Saturday will be May the 1st. So we are looking at a nice weekend, a little bit cooler tomorrow. Notice we have that shift in wind once again. So that means drier air, but slightly cooler. And so you start to see the muggies just kind of dissipate. Right now, we do have those dew point temperatures sitting in the 60s. So right now we're at 66 degrees in Lexington. It is 67 in Richmond as well as Somerset. Once the cold front sweeps through, Temperatures falling tonight down around 50 degrees. Clouds breaking up. Still a little bit breezy. That's going to last into tomorrow as well. More sunshine, high of 67 degrees with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Through the 8-day forecast, once we get past a lovely Derby weekend, Sunday looks great as well. Highs in the mid-70s for about 3 days, but it comes with more of those springtime showers as we push into the first several days of May.
Oh, that Derby weekend looks great. Emily, thank you. Federal funding for flooding, but more help is needed. Plus 40 shots fired in Georgetown and a Johnson & Johnson vaccine clinic gets underway. Get more in today's Big Four at 4.
I'm Michael Burke in Magoffin County, where Governor Andy Beshear came with good news today. He discussed the federal disaster declaration that was approved by the White House. The money is on the way, and rebuilding this flood-ravaged area from those storms of late February and on into early March can begin. He also presented a check for more than $750,000 to city officials, and that money will be used for infrastructure, including but not limited to extending the Mountain Parkway to 4 lanes all the way into Salyersville and back towards Lexington.
I'm Christiana Ford in Clark County, where people are still trying to pick up the pieces from March's devastating flooding and trying to recover here. President Joe Biden authorized a federal disaster declaration on Friday, giving additional assistance to 9 counties. But now Governor Andy Beshear is asking for 26 more counties be added to the list, and that includes Clark County. People I talked to here tell me they are more than excited for that, and now they are just waiting to see what happens, hoping for that extra support.
I'm Lee Searcy in Scott County, where someone shot up a Georgetown street overnight, shooting vehicles in at least one home. Take a look. This SUV was shot not once, but twice. This all unfolded about 2 in the morning. People were inside their homes, most of them asleep, when it appears a vehicle drove by firing 40 rounds. And look, here's a picture of just how bad this could have been. That's a bullet hole in a computer screen in a wall. Someone was sitting there and had just turned away from the screen when a bullet went flying by the person. And as of now, Georgetown police and Scott County Sheriff's deputies are still looking for who was responsible.
I'm Sophia Millar in Lexington, where the Lexington Health Department is resuming the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The FDA ordered a temporary pause on the Johnson vaccine earlier in the month after 15 people reported developing rare blood clots after receiving the 1-dose shot. The recommended pause was lifted late last week. The Lexington Health Department is hosting the walk-in vaccine clinic at the Southeast Lexington Center until 5 p.m. today.
The University of Kentucky is making plans for normal housing occupancy in the fall.
Residence halls operated at reduced occupancy for the 2020-2021 academic year, as per CDC guidelines. Officials say while the capacity of the residence halls will return to normal, health and safety protocols will remain during the fall semester. UK is reporting more information on these protocols will be made public over the next several weeks. And the big story making national headlines today, the Food and Drug Administration has announced a new plan to eliminate flavoring from all cigarettes and cigars within the next year, specifically targeting menthol.
It's a ban that some doctors say could lead to close to 1 million smokers kicking the habit, especially many in underserved and minority communities. Jay Gray has details.
It's been, many say, a deadly smokescreen, making it easier to start using tobacco and harder to quit.
Menthol basically coats your throat, and it makes it easier for the smoke to go down. So it's the reason that kids start using menthol, and menthol makes the product more addictive. So it's also the reason that kids become addicted more quickly.
Today, the Food and Drug Administration announced plans to ban menthol cigarettes and all flavors in cigars in the next year.
With these actions, the FDA will help significantly reduce youth initiation, increase the chances of smoking cessation among current smokers, and address health disparities experienced by communities of color, low-income populations, and LGBTQ individuals.
Data from 2018, the latest available from the Centers for Disease Control, shows more than a third of cigarettes sold in the U.S. were menthol. Close to 85% of those using the flavored cigarettes, African Americans. But the most disturbing statistic continues to be the toll tobacco takes on the country as a whole.
Despite all the headlines which are focused on COVID-19, that tobacco-related disease remains the leading cause of preventable death in the country.
Taking the flavor out, the FDA says, will help hundreds of thousands put their cigarettes out for good. Jay Gray, NBC News.
It's been 11 years since a Lexington police officer was killed in a hit and run. Officer Brian Durman was killed in 2010 while investigating a noise complaint. He had been with the department for 2 years. The driver fled the scene but was eventually arrested and convicted of second-degree manslaughter. Glenn Donahue was supposed to be eligible for parole in 2020. Instead, Donahue was released from jail in 2019 after serving less than half of his sentence.
A Western Kentucky priest accused of sexually abusing 2 minors has been reinstated by the Vatican, but that priest remains banned from entering schools for 5 years. The Diocese of Owensboro announced earlier this week that Joseph Edward Bradley could resume priestly duties after the Vatican overrode a recommendation from the Owensboro bishop that he be permanently suspended. Bradley continues to maintain, though, his innocence. The McCracken County Sheriff's Department is investigating a severe case of animal neglect and abuse.
And a warning to viewers, some may find these images upsetting. Officials found more than 100 animals inside this home. 40 dogs were stuck in cages and closets. The McCracken County Sheriff's Department arrested David Howery, charging him with second-degree animal cruelty. That is only a misdemeanor in Kentucky. Deputies say goats, horses, dogs, and pigs lived in horrible conditions and often without food. The group Guardians of Rescue has collected all of the animals and plans to nurse them back to health.
Once everyone turns around, the rescues, which we're not putting out right now, but those rescues will be posting these dogs for adoption, and they'll find homes. They'll be sleeping on couches, not in campers, not in the mud, and they'll never live like this ever again.
David Howery remains in jail in McCracken County.
Still to come at 4, you've gotten the first dose of the COVID vaccine. Now what?
Well, some people say that they're confused about the second dose, and a lot of people aren't showing up to get it. More LEX 18 News at 4 is after this break. And let's take a live look right now at the LEX 18 traffic tracker before you head out this afternoon. You are looking at Harrodsburg Road at Man o' War. Just a rainy afternoon out there right now. Traffic seeming to be moving along okay. We'll be right back.
The Run for the Roses returns on the first Saturday in May. LEX 18 at the Derby, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer, G&J Pepsi, the Kentucky Lottery, and by CHI St. Joseph Health.
When you're injured, the insurance company hopes you'll hire the wrong law firm. You're smarter than that. You deserve better. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
When I was little, my mom would take care of me. But since she got cancer from smoking, it's my turn to take care of her.
The people you love are worth quitting for. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Car or truck wreck? Call Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
You never think these accidents are going to happen to you. My advice for anybody that is in a car or truck wreck, get you a lawyer so you can make sure your bills are paid.
After a wreck, call the lawyers with Kentucky Courage.
They're going to tell you what they can do for you, and they're going to do what they say they're going to do.
They got me a lot of money.
Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer. Call 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
It's an all-American holiday. P-Ranch Sales Tax Holiday. Come get savings as good as the state sales tax. Plus up to $500 in bonus cash. And up to 6 years, no money down. Finance $1,000 for just $19 a month. American Built Amana top-load smart washer with agitator. Don't pay $5.99. Now $4.49. Buy this reclining sofa and love seat for $17.99 and get the matching recliner free. It's our sales tax holiday. Because
nobody beats P-Ranch.
11 years, I have trusted Bryant for my home comfort. That's why this time of year I get routine checkups, knowing that my air conditioner is going to perform its best in the worst conditions is total peace of mind.
Schedule your check and clean now, just $65.
Routine checkups not only keep your system running efficiently, it can also prolong its life. A trusted family-owned business since 1940. They've always been here for me.
The Kentucky Lottery, providing over $3.8 billion in grants and scholarships.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 4.
Well, there appears to be some confusion among Americans about the importance of getting a second dose of the COVID vaccine. Over 1,000 adults were polled back in February. A fifth believe the vaccine provides strong protection after the first dose. Less than half believe the vaccines provided strong protection by 2 weeks after the second dose, which is when the CDC says a person is fully vaccinated. Latino and Black Americans were more likely to be unsure about the protection following the second dose than white respondents. The study authors say that the debate about possible merits of delaying the second dose may have contributed to that confusion. Well, the date is set for New York's full reopening. Mayor Bill de Blasio says the city will be fully open by July 1st. Restaurants, theaters, stores, offices, sporting venues. He says by July, they will all be open. He credits the vaccination rollout for declining hospitalization rates and is encouraging people who are eligible to get the vaccine. RV rental bookings soared in April. It was a promising start to the summer travel season.
In fact, RV Share is reporting rentals were up a whopping 846%. Last year, the site saw a huge influx of bookings as people yearned to get outside amid the pandemic lockdowns. A survey conducted for the site found 84% of travelers who rented an RV last year are interested in renting one again this year. Hey, Netflix has a solution for those days where you spend more time looking for something to watch than you do watching what you pick. The Play Something feature is now out. It picks a new show or movie based on what your profile typically watches. You may have seen the feature or something similar on your profile already. That's because Netflix has been testing different versions around the globe. But as of today, it's officially called Play Something and is available on all accounts. Astronauts are successfully growing vegetables in space, and it marks a huge step towards being able to sustain life off of Earth. Michael Hopkins grew Amara mustard greens and a type of pak choi on the International Space Station for a record 64 days. The pak choi flowered as part of its reproduction cycle. And since there are no pollinators, Hopkins had to pollinate the plant using a small paintbrush. It's a delicate process when done on Earth, let alone in microgravity. In the future, astronauts plan to grow pepper plants and dwarf tomatoes. Turns out chivalry isn't dead, even if you are the President of the United States. Take a look at this moment this morning as President Biden and the First Lady were heading to their awaiting helicopter at the White House. On the way, the president stopped and was seen picking a flower for his wife. Can we hear the collective "aww"? The two were on their way to Georgia. They have been married for more than 30 years. It was strange celebrating Derby in September last year.
Well, thankfully, this year the race is back where it belongs on the first Saturday in May. And we've got a few tips on how you can celebrate if you're watching from home after the break. You're watching LEX 18 News at 4.
They call it Christmas here in April, and it is the NFL draft. All the teams out there hoping that they can make a quick fix, and many of us hoping that a lot of those fixes are from the University of Kentucky.
That's right, and I sat down with Vince Marrow to talk about this year's upcoming draft.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
Hi, everybody. Back on the road with BJ Worzen, owner of West Shore Home, for another on-site one-day bath remodel. Hey, BJ.
Good morning, Joe. I'm super excited to show you another bath transformation today, so why don't we head right over to the bathroom and check it out. All right, Joe, so what you see here is a really typical bath that we replace. Now, this is a one-piece fiberglass unit that's typically used in new construction to cut costs. And as you can see, the walls don't even make it the whole way up to the shower head, which leaves it exposed and causes mold and rot. Now, these units typically have a coating on them, but only after a few short years, it starts to wear off, and they start to show their age, and you can start to see some stains.
So, BJ, this is really a routine project for your crew, a complete tear-out and a full shower installation in one day.
That's right, Joe. We do thousands of these every year, and we're going to take out this old tub and replace it with an easy step-in shower for improved safety and a modern upgrade.
Can't wait to see it. Okay, the old unit is out. They made that look really easy. Time now to install a fresh new shower. Now we're talking. Take a look at this. It has a whole new feel. So fresh and so modern. I love the low step. They got the grab bar for added stability. They did a textured floor. This is beautiful and so modern. Folks, this morning, this was an old bathtub. This afternoon, it's a beautiful, safe step-in shower. If you've been thinking about replacing your old bath, call the number on your screen right now. Get a free quote on a bath replacement and take advantage of this great offer.
Get 20% off your entire shower or bath project. Plus, with their flexible payment plan, get your shower or bath for as low as $99 a month. And to make it even more affordable right now, you don't have to make your first payment for 12 full months. Call West Shore Home now.
Well, this weekend's Kentucky Derby is getting ready to gallop into the history books. Whatever your budget or taste, there's no wrong way to celebrate the Run for the Roses.
So break out the hats and mint juleps and start planning your Kentucky Derby party. Dan Shinneman gives us some tips to bring Churchill Downs to your house.
Kentucky Derby is not only a horse race, it's a long-standing tradition. And if you're not at the track, it's a great reason to party. Safe and socially distanced.
Key to a great Derby party is asking that everyone please dress in their Derby Day best.
You look fantastic.
Dressing for Derby Day starts at the top with a proper hat. Kentucky Derby's four-time featured milliner Christine A. Moore lends a hand in helping choose the proper headwear.
You could wear a fascinator, you could wear a hatinator, or you could wear a full-blown hat, which is totally Kentucky Derby style.
We start this off with a hot cast iron pan.
And no Derby experience is complete without some tasty treats. Chef David Danielson will feature Vidalia onions in food he's whipping up for 100,000 guests this weekend.
Peach and onion chutney that we put on some barbecue, spectacular black-eyed peas salad.
And don't forget the cocktail, the one synonymous with Derby Day.
The Woodford Reserve makes a mean mint julep, and I think that if you're going to have a true traditional Derby party, you have to have a mint julep.
Wagering on your favorite pony is part of the fun, and you don't have to be at the track to get involved. TwinSpires.com gives people the opportunity to place bets from anywhere in the world, and new users get a sign-up bonus. Coverage of the most exciting 2 minutes in sports starts Saturday at 12:30 Eastern on NBC. Dan Shenneman, NBC News.
And you know the Derby isn't just about the horse racing.
For some, it is all about the fashion. That's for both men and women. And hats, of course, are the must-have accessory. Today on Best of the Bluegrass, Jennifer Palumbo caught up with New York milliner Christine A. Moore, who you just heard from a little bit ago, too. She showed us what's hot for this year.
I always say this because it's going to Kentucky and it's like the rite of passage into spring and all that every year. But brights, I mean, everybody wants to be really colorful. They want to, more than ever, they want to stand out. You know, I found that really go big or go home. There's a little bit of extravagance because they haven't had the chance to go all out fashion wise and spend some bucks, or they've been saving it and they're like, okay, like my budget's bigger. Or I'm finding that people are they want what they want and they're not holding themselves back.
As you should. If you missed today's or any day's Best of the Bluegrass, you now have even more ways to watch. Tune in at 8:30 p.m. on LEX18.com or the LEX18 apps for Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV.
And let's get one last check of your LEX18 traffic tracker, looking at Leestown Road at Town Center. And once again on this Thursday, just kind of a dreary afternoon out there. Looks like the cameras might be frozen a bit right now as well. But to talk more about this weather we're seeing, let's head over to Emily.
Yeah, you definitely want to give yourselves maybe just a few extra minutes on your evening commute, because we're seeing some pretty good showers moving through the bluegrass right now. Some of those falling over Fayette County. Those are stretching up just east of the Cynthiana area as well and stretching further into northern and northeastern Kentucky. Then you have a pretty heavy line. It's kind of moving through Mercer County right now. Woodford County, southern Woodford County getting in on that action too. So again, slow down, give yourselves a few extra travel minutes, and keep the umbrellas around. We're seeing kind of a lull in the activity over in eastern Kentucky, but yeah, the entire line is shifting from kind of the northwest to the southeast as that cold front drifts on out of here. And finally, once it is past us, we're looking at much nicer weather as we roll into Derby weekend. Can't wait for that. We're going to see plenty of sunshine beginning tomorrow. I think we're still going to see a few clouds off and on through the day tomorrow, with highs a little on the cooler side around 67. We're going to bump those temperatures up gradually on Derby Day to 70 degrees. Gorgeous weather. Be sure to keep the sunscreen on. And then heading into Sunday, even warmer with highs around 74 degrees. Looking ahead into the 8-day forecast, some more changes are coming our direction. We're going to keep it on the warmer side. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday all in the mid-70s, but Monday and Tuesday come with a pretty good shot at some more of those May showers, maybe even some thunderstorms in there as well. In fact, we have a chance of rain extending all the way through the end of the 8-day forecast, and a pretty cool spot coming up on Friday. Highs in the upper 50s.
We'll enjoy this nice weather while it lasts. Thanks for joining us here at 4.
We'll see you right back here in 30 minutes for LEX18 News at 5. Have a good one, everybody.
LEX18, it's about time we fit into your schedule. Streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX18 on your device.
Today on LEX18 News at 5, a community searching for answers after more than 40 shots ring out in a Scott County neighborhood. Plus, Governor Beshear visits some of the eastern Kentucky communities now getting federal help with flood recovery. Today at 5.